Hi everyone, my name's Ellie. Thank you so much for looking at me, I don't know. Welcome to my first makeup tutorial. You may have seen my welcome video, which is where I said a little bit about my channel, what my plans are, what I'm going to do. And now this is the makeup tutorial for how I did my eye makeup look for that. So this is just going to be quite a neutral look. It's going to be sort of golds, browny, kind of reddish tones as well, because that's what I have in the palette that I'm going to use today. It's quite simple, so hopefully even beginners can do it too. For those that don't know as well, who haven't watched my welcome video, please do hop over and watch that video, but even if you don't. Bit of context, I have a condition with my eyelid called eczema. Well, we think it's eczema, it's dermatitis anyway, where I get periods where my eyelids will swell, or in the past they've also had little almost blister things on them. And so now, pre that, I loved using so many different like sort of high street brand makeups, and now I can't use those because they make my eyes swell. And so now I use all natural or as close to natural products as I can, because touch wood, and hopefully it'll keep happening, but for the moment they don't set off my eyes. And so I will be using one of those palettes today, which is from the brand Lolo makeup, one of their pressed palettes that is mineral eyeshadows. So that's what I'm going to be using today, and I hope you enjoy. I'm going to put on my little headband to get my hair out my face, and I will go do that now. So, one quite important thing I forgot to mention beforehand, which I will mention now, is that I have already done my foundation and my concealer, and also I've just put a bit of powder on because I'm filming this in weirdly hot British weather, so I have to powder it, else it will all slide off. So for just some context right now, I'm using this foundation. This is the Jane Iredale Glow Time Full Coverage Mineral BB Cream. I only recently got this, and so far I'm quite liking it. It's more coverage than you do tend to get with mineral foundations or BB creams, so I'm quite chuffed with that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And then I'm also using the Eyeliner, I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, concealer, and all of these I'll link below. But yeah, that's what I've got on at the moment. I've also done my eyebrows, so that's what I've done so far. I've got my little cat ears on. One of my besties got me this, so I thought I'd wear it for this. I do look like a bit of a moon, so just bear with me. But yeah, I'm gonna shuffle in towards you now. So we're gonna begin. So to start off with, I am going to, well, I'll show you the palette that we'll be using. So this is the Lolo palette. This is the On the Rocks eye palette. As you can see, it is well loved. So that's the palette we'll be using today. So to start off with, I'm actually going to use it still. It's back it. How embarrassing. I'm going to use the eye primer from Lolo. I just put try to do a thin layer. As you can see, I have quite a lot of natural like folds in my eyes, so the foundation and my makeup does tend to fill in those creases, which is a shame. So I'm trying my best to avoid that, and this is one of the ways we try to avoid that. Next, we're actually going to go for the actual eyeshadow. Very exciting. And so to start off with, I am going to get my little brush. I am going to be mainly using this brush today. So this is the Oscar Charles C106 brush. So this is it's a good blending brush. I'm not even sure if it's actually a blending brush, but I'm currently quite liking it just to put on the first layers at least. So we're going to start off with the second colour in, so this kind of goldy shade. So I just dab a little bit on, and I'm just going to put that all over my eye, but also sort of trying to put it into the crease too, and blend that around. If you are someone watching who, I'm just going to come closer, I'm so sorry for this, you can probably see all of my pores. and that's quite a disturbing experience. But I've just come closer to show you what kind of motion I'm doing. So I've just put a bit of that on, like one eye. It's a nice shimmery shade. And I've just put that a little bit around. Gonna blend that reasonably high, but not too high. So yeah, that's one eye. And then the other. So that's to begin with. I do this weird, like, because I do it like that quite often, but then obviously that's not how I look most of the time. So then I do more of like that and try and look at it when it's like that, just so I can see how much can actually be seen when my eyes are kind of at their normal level. Because, for example, like you can see it reasonably obviously here and here, but it's whether you want it to be seen over here, over the sort of top crease that I have. And obviously everyone's eye shapes are quite different, and so this works for me. Might not work for you, but just something to be mindful of how much you want to be seen if you do have quite hooded eyes like I do. And also doing like different, you can do like that, eyes, surprised. But you can also do, if you're doing more like relaxed or dead eyed look, you'd look naturally, then you can see for different things like that. So we've got that on. We've got a nice little bit of gold. And we'll make that a bit stronger later by using our fingers. But for now, we're going to leave it at that. So next, we're actually going to go into the one at the end of the palette. So this one over here. Going to dab a little bit on. That was more than a bit. We'll just tap that away. And we're just going to put that in the outer corner of our eyes. Koki, so I'll move in again. Hello. So next, as we said, we want to put that in the outer corner of the eye and put that, try and put an equal amount on the other side. So we've dabbed on both sides. I'm gonna try and get some off the brush, and if you drag it too far across, don't worry. I'd say like start off light, which I didn't really do for this, but you learn from my mistakes. And just don't put on too much, and you can always build it up, but I am just sort of blending it around. And what's also good to do with this one is if I get another brush. So I'm actually going to get the actual blending brush from the set, which is the Oscar Charles C107. Yes, I can read. And I'm just going to use it to properly blend it around the crease. And you can also sort of drag it up into sort of more of a V shape if you would like. I'm also going to just drag my finger up at the edge. We want to create like more of an upturned shape, but we don't want it obviously to be, I'm not using tape, so I don't want it to be harsh, like, you know, like a jawline sort of thing. I want it to be quite soft, and by all means do use tape and make it nice, and but you don't have to. Okie, so we've done the gold, we've done the brown. You wouldn't necessarily know we've done the gold right now because it's become blended. And so what we're going to do next is we are going to take one of our fingers and we are going to dip it in that tiger's eye shade again. And then we are just going to, and if you've got nails on like me, this can be hard, so bear with me. And if you've got any longer nails than me, good luck. But we're just going to tap that on. And you don't have to go all the way in, it's just making sure it's there. And you can sort of bring it out as well. You can do it horizontally, you can do it vertically. I think I don't know, maybe I'd always do this, I don't know. So now we have a bit more intensity. So yeah, we have more intensity now. So what we're going to do next is we are going to go for the lighter colour, which is called Moonstone. And we're actually now going to get the little implement that the palette comes with. This, which is the little lolo thing. So I'm going to take the thicker side and I'm going to put it in the moonstone. I'm going to put it in the moonstone colour. just move it about a little bit to pick up some more. And then I'm just going to put it on the inner corner. I'm going to move in for this. Hello again. The inner corner. Then on this side. We're also just going to get a bit more of the gold again, and we're just going to make sure it's blending nicely into the gold. So next, we are just going to dab on a bit more of the brown. So we're going to put a bit more of the brown in the outer corner, using the blending brush that I miraculously found, the 107. I'm just going to put that right in the outer corner. I'm dabbing it on. And then again, bring the gold. It's a back and forth process. You just got to go with it. So next, we're going to do the under eye. So to begin with, I'm actually going to use my nice Lolo implement again. And I am going to use the more pointed side this time. And I'm going to get the brown that we used originally. Use this colour again, so that was the Smoky Quartz. Just going to dab it in a little bit, try not to get too much. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go on the outer area. I'm just going to put it on sort of the outer third. And then we're going to do that on the other side. Sometimes I start with my right eye, sometimes I start with my left. It's a fun little conundrum. So then we're just going to take that little blending brush again, just to blend it a little bit. You don't want to bring it down too much. You're just trying to move it softly side to side, just to make sure it's not too harsh. Okay, so that's that. Next, we're going to get on, I use the other side, a very scientific thing to do, to pick up some of the gold shade, and we're just going to bring that sort of for the middle third. And then what we're going to do finally is we're going to use a different colour. Dun, dun, dun. So we're going to use the Pearl Luster colour, which is my heavily used one on the inside here. And that one we are going to use for the inner corner of our eye. Ta-da! That's the eyeshadow done, at least for now, until I find an issue with it, and then I'll redo some of it. But yeah, that's the eyeshadow part done. Next, it's the eyeliner. So, eyeliner time. Exciting. So what we're going to use to begin with is the Lolo eye pencil. I used to just use this, fun fact. And what I will say about eyeliner generally was with this part, it's really up to you what you do. I'm going to show you what I do, but it's really up to you and what you feel comfortable with. I always like doing a little cat eye wing. Sometimes it's really long, sometimes it's really short. To be honest, depends on whether I mess it up and also just how I'm feeling that day. So yeah, so to show you what I do, we shall start off with the Lolo eye pencil in black. One principle of makeup is you're trying to maximize lid space, usually. And so with eyeliner, the trick is to try and get that as thin as possible. And one thing that, with the shape of my eyes, if I just use the liquid eyeliner, sometimes I have this weird gap from my waterline where it's not dark. And so I think the best thing for me, definitely, is lining it with the black pencil first on my waterline, and then doing a wing with the liquid eyeliner. But that's what works for me. It might work for you, it might not. Now, what I do, I'm going to get weirdly close, but it's also so I can see myself in the mirror. Hello to all my pores again, and my little scars. That's my chickenpox scar, fun fact. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get real close to you now. Just the two of us. Anyway, I am going to, now with this, you can either use your pinky, or you can get a nice view of my nail up there. You can either use your pinky and pull up and do it, or you can just try and do it without. we see what works for me. It's really just a matter of luck. Another thing to note here is, as you'll see, it's kind of gone onto my lower lash line too, here and here. What tends to happen is that it will do that. Either that's my poor application or that is just it transferring because of the pencil. And so what I will do in a second is get a little cotton swab and just wipe that away. What I have found is that quite often it does sort of transfer onto my lower lid as the day goes on, but sometimes I think it just looks quite nice when it sort of blinks down onto it, because it'll eventually all fill up and it looks more like a night look. So as the day goes on, it naturally transfers itself from a day to a night look. We love that without any effort. So yeah, so that's one eye, then I do the other. That do be that done. Bear with me for a moment. I'll just wipe off with the cotton swab the bit here and here and here, and we'll see what we're dealing with. Bear with. So, I'm back. Next, for those who are doing it, the wing, or in Shakespearean, winged eyeliner. This is the Jane Iredale, sorry, still don't know how I'm pronouncing that, liquid eyeliner, and we're going to just do a simple wing. We're going to try to. Might go wrong. We don't know. Yes, so we're going to go for that. I'm going to pick up my little mirror again from this and just have that below the camera, below you, so I'm not staring directly into your eyes. So yeah, we're just gonna start, today we're going to start with the left. I'm just going to try and draw the edge, a little wing. I'm going to go quiet while I do this because this is where I need to concentrate. And just try and make it equal on the other side. Good luck to me. They are truly terrible. Okay, these are gonna have to do. And I know, before you need to comment, they're not quite even. But oh well, we don't dwell. Sometimes unevenness makes us quirky, and we like that. So what I'm going to do is my final touch of eyeliner is I'm actually going to go into my sort of inner third of my eyes, and I'm going to put a bit of the liquid eyeliner there. So I'm just going to do a bit there. So yeah, we've just sort of darkened it on the inner, and we've just sort of almost tried to connect it to the rest of it. So yeah, that's it for eyeliner. If it goes wrong, do not worry. You can always take it off and restart. I know, I've cried over eyeliner. It's okay, we all do it. That is life. Eyeliner is always tricky. I'm sure even the beauty goddesses of the world have issues with mascara. Not mascara, eyeliner. Oh. That final step is good old mascara. This is the mascara I use. It is the Lolo, the big lash mascara. We go in and you can see me nice and close to you. Hello. That's that for my eyes. I hope you found that tutorial useful. I hope you liked it. My little trusty palette here. Let me know if you want more with this palette. But yeah, I'm going to go and I'm going to finish off my face and take this cat ears band off, and then we'll see. But yeah, hope you found that useful. Thank you for watching so far. I love you. Bye-bye. And see you in a bit. Here's the completed look. That is it. Thank you so much for watching, for listening. Thank you. Goodbye. To think that for you I would have put it all on hold. Now I'm playing in the sand till it turned to gold. Midas hands, but we all grow old. Can't have my soul, let my heart turn. Bye bye.